Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning class.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. So, before we proceed to our discussion, let's stand up and pray first. So, Mr. Rubinasio, can you lead the prayer?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so before we start, let's have first the attendance. So I have here a paper. So all you need to do is to write your name so you can distribute it to the whole class. That would serve you as your attendance for today, okay? To formally start our discussion, let's have first an energizer. So this activity entitled Guess the Concept. Okay, all you need to do is guess the concept of the picture or image that I'm going to show to you. Later on, you will answer some of the question that is related to the activity that we're going to do. Okay? Did you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
po.
sir.
Very good. Sige. So, first picture. So, anyone from the class who can tell what the concept of the picture? Miss Verlene.
Sir, I think it is teacher-centered approach.
Okay, you're correct. So as you can see, there are teacher and the student. So the student are listening to the teacher. So it means it is a teacher-centered approach. So that's correct, Miss Perlin. Thank you for your answer. Now, second picture. Okay, Mr. Balando.
Sir, I think it is student-centered approach.
That's correct. Very good. So in this picture, you can see that there are students talking to each other. Grupo to, di ba? The teacher asked them to group. So they are talking about or they are brainstorming. So that's correct. It is a student-centered approach. So that is correct, Mr. Balando. Let's come now to the third picture. Mr. LM Kapari.
Sir, I think they're using technology in the classroom.
That's correct. So as you can see, the students are using laptops. So it means there are technology integration. So they're using technology inside the classroom. So there are technology involvement, diba? And in the classroom because they are using a laptop, diba? So okay. So fourth picture. So that's correct, by the way, Mr. Kaparik. Thank you for your answer. So last picture, Miss Risa Corneco. Can you tell what is the concept of the picture all
Sir,
about?
there technology involvement in the classroom setting.
Okay, very good. That's correct. As you can see, the students are using cell phone. So just like in the picture number 3, so there are technology involvement. Okay, so that is correct. So let's come now to the question and answer portion. So question number 1, what do all this in common in the education? So ano nga ba yung common nito in education? Okay. Anyone? Mr. J. Kumadjaw? So that's correct. So the common thing on those picture are the classroom setting. There are different types of scenario in that picture, 'di ba? Yung picture number 1 talked about approach and picture number 2 also, 'di ba? And then yung third picture talked about the concept is all about integrating technology, 'di ba? Using technology in the classroom setting. That's correct, Mr. Comediao. So question number 2 na tayo. As a student, do you consider technology help a student to be creative? Yes or no? Yes, Miss Glidel Acopiado. That's correct. Very good. So, as we can see, students now are very advanced. They are very lucky because at the tip of their finger, isang click lang nila is malalaman na nila kung ano mga information that they are needed. Now, I have here another activity and I will group you into 4. All you need to do is choose at least one philosophical foundation and answer the 3 questions that I'm going to show on the monitor. Okay? So first question, what is the goal? What is the focus on that philosophical foundation? And then, what is the role of the teacher and that philosophical foundation that you choose? Okay, do you understand? No need to take note na the 3 questions because I'm going to show naman in the board. Okay? For your activity, I will give you at least 3 minutes to answer it, okay? Very good class, you answer all the activity correctly. So ano nga ba yung philosophical foundation? So when we say philosophical foundation, it is a building belief of or principle that help us guide what student or what we teach, why we teach it, and how student should learn. So first on the list we have perennialism. So ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng perennialism? So first, let's define what is the goal in perennialism. So, yung goal ng perennialism is to teach essential skills and knowledge. So, yung goal ng perennialism is to train the mind and develop intellect. So it is focused on the knowledge and reasoning by studying Greek books, 'di ba? Because perennialism believes that we can learn so much more in the past, 'di ba? And that we can apply in the future. The focus are classical subject like literature, philosophy, Rizal sa atin, 'di ba? Dito Rizal, 'di ba? Kaya pinag-aral natin yung Rizal. And the role of the teacher, correct yung nilagay nyo, is to lead student to reason and think deeply. That is perennialism. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to essentialism. So, the goal of essentialism is to teach essential skills and knowledge. So, yung focus niya is yung 3 R's, yung writing, yung reading, writing, and arithmetic. Yun yung focus ng essentialism. And yung example naman nito in teaching is memorization, drill, exam. So it all in cognitive aspect, di ba? And the role of the teacher, authority figure the classroom. So it is in classroom setting, it is teacher centered approach, parang ganon yung essentialism. Do you understand? Okay, now let's move on to progressivism. So, the goal of progressivism is to prepare students for the real life democratic living. So, pag sinabi nating prepare for the real life, the focus of the student is interest and problem solving. In classroom setting, it is student-centered approach. Yung interest ng estudyante, yung nakafocus sa progressivism. If it apply in teaching, this would focus more on creating recycled campaign, ganon, exploring the community problem through making project, to use science and communication and teamwork at the same time. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng progressivism. Do you understand? Okay. So now let's move on to reconstructionism. So the goal of reconstructionism is to change society and solve social problem through education. So papaano nga ba? If the curriculum is reconstructionism curriculum, that might include lesson on climate change, gender equality, poverty, and encourage students to propose an action plan or campaign that help improve their communities. So I think in our course there is a constructionism, 'di ba, in our curriculum, kasi in our research you can tell that Ma'am Shoni wants us to create a product that is useful to the community. So, do you understand what is reconstructionism? Pag sinabi nating reconstructionism, it sees education as a tool of change society and solve social problem. So, yun yung sinasabing reconstructionism. From the word reconstruct. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, now, let's move on to the historical foundation. So, pag sinabi nating historical foundation, the focus in this topic is to understand historical development over time. That through this idea of this educator, this philosopher, this topic, we are expecting to learn the key contribution of these people in the education, in creating curriculum. Do you understand? Very good. So first, on the list we have Franklin Bobbitt. So Franklin Bobbitt saw that the curriculum as preparation for adult life. Bakit kaya preparation for adult life? Because if the curriculum plan like Bobbitt, this would include practical subjects such as home economics, agriculture, or vocational skills like design to meet a specific job and the role in society. So this would connect to our specialization, di ba? Meron tayong home economics, meron tayong agri-fishery, meron tayong masonry, carpentry, di ba? And those topic or those courses is connected to outside world. So hindi na tayo meron na tayong advancement kung pumunta tayo sa field of work or magtrabaho na tayo because of these courses na konektado doon sa okay. Do you understand? Very good. So second, we have Werit Charter. So Werit Charter said that objective and content must be matched. 'Di ba? Dapat align yung objective mo doon sa content na ipapagawa mo sa estudyante mo. Dapat naka-align. For example, yung objective mo is for the student to know how to use different kinds of hand tools. So, yung activity mo is to pa-identify, ifa-identify mo yung student mo the different kinds of hand tools. For in that case, in that manner, the student will really learn what is the different kinds of hand tools for them to know uh, different kinds of hand tools, because that's different kind of handle, and that is connected to your objective kasi you want your student to learn the different kinds of tools in carpentry. So yun yung pinagawa mong activity. Hindi ka gagawa ng activity na hindi konektado doon sa objective mo. We have Ralph Tyler. Ralph Tyler is the father of modern curriculum. His model include 4 questions. So what is this? So first question is, what are the goal? What experience helped to achieve them? How do we organize experience? And number 4 is, how do we assess if the goal achieved? So it's like making lesson plan, di ba? First, you need to identify the goal. You make the objective, then organize, then facilitate or implement it to your student in teaching, di ba? Okay, do you understand the point? Let's move forward to Helda Taba. So Helda Taba promote the grass growth model. So ano nga ba tong grass growth model ni Helda Taba? So it means that it start in asking the student what is their needs or interest, then or curious about. Then after that, you build the learning unit that is include to the interest of the student. Do you understand? Very good. So now let's move on to psychological foundation. So in this topic, we are expecting to learn how a student think, grow, and learn, diba, differently, so that we can create lesson that is matched to their needs. So first, we have Ivan Pavlov. So Ivan Pavlov is the father of classical conditioning theory of SR. The key of the early year of life, train them what do you want to become. Diba, it's common that if the student heard the bell ringing, then they are forming the line. So it means repetitively, diba? Pag paulit-ulit na ginagawa, then the student will follow. 'Di ba? Kahit hindi mo na sabihing mag-line or pumasok na sa kanya-kanyang classroom, if they think or they heard the bell is ringing, then they will do what they need to do. So yun yung ibig sabihin ni Ivan Pavlov. Repeatedly signals can help train orderly behavior and discipline. So yun yung ibig sabihin, yung pino-point out niya. So next we have Edward Thorndike proposed the law of readiness, the law of exercise, and the law of effect. The specific, it is stimulus to specific response. For example, the teacher are applying Thorndike law. This teacher would give student a regular math drill, help them to improve their thought repetitions and practice, just like Ivan Pavlov. So connected lang sila kasi they want a repetition repeatedly for the student to really learn, to improve their knowledge, 'di ba? Kasi kung 'di ba, meron tayong kasabihan, practice makes perfect. Okay, that's correct. So now let's move on to Jane Piaget. So in Jane Piaget, this describe how children think in their stage depending on their age. Diba? For example, the teacher are following Jane Piaget. So they will use play-based learning for the children and logical problem solving activity in older age 11 above. Now let's move on. Let's move forward to Howard Gardner. So Howard Gardner is a multiple intelligence. Humans have several different ways of processing information. These ways are relatedly dependent of each other. So if we use Gardner-based lesson, this might include singing a song to memorize a math formula, or using movement or games for kinesthetic learning. So, di ba, we have different kinds of things to do when we are memorizing. Di ba, yung iba nagpatugtog ng malakas, yung iba naman gusto yung quiet lang. Di ba? So, we have different kinds of processing information, the way we process information and understand information. Okay, so let's move forward to Daniel Goleman. So, emotion contains the power of affect action. the teacher used the Goleman's theory, this might have the student to do journey reading about how they feel during the group work to develop self-awareness and empathy. So let's move forward to Abraham Maslow. So in Abraham Maslow, it is the self-actualization theory, classical theory of human needs. Diba? If the child daw whose basic needs are not met, he or she will not be interested in acquiring the knowledge of the world. Do you understand? So let's move forward to Carl Roger. So Carl Roger, it is the non-direct and therapeutic learning. So this established counseling producing the method of facilitating learning. So example, the Roger inspired classroom is the student choose some topic they want to explore and the teacher or respect their input and feelings help them to feel value. So next we have the social foundation. So social foundation, we are expected to learn how education are influenced by society. Education is influenced by the society and how school help to solve social issue and prepare student to become responsible member of the community. So first we have John Dewey. So ano nga ba yung ambag ni John Dewey dito? So John Dewey promote the learning by doing. Di ba? Yun yung sinasabi natin. Learning by doing. Believe the school should reflect the real life, di ba? The real life scenario or problem. If this the teacher apply Dewey style, then for example in our carpentry, di ba? Hindi tayo basta pinag-aaralan lang yung about carpentry. Sir Adora want us to really perform how to make house, di ba? Skeleton house and how to make house and the carpentry for us to really experience how to use or to build house and the part of the house. So, yun yung sinasabi ni John Dewey na learning by doing. So, after that, we have Alvin Toffler. So, Alvin Toffler, this warned the fast social change acquire school to prepare student for the future. For example, if this is inspired, if the curriculum is inspired by Toffler, then this include digital skills like online communication and adaptability to ensure a student can drive in modern technology drive career. So, for example, in our course, 'di ba, we have electronics, digital. So it means it would help us to be updated. According to Alvin Toffler, society has a source of change. Bakit kaya? Because education must adapt to the needs and problem of the society. For example, mental health become growing issue in school adding wellness topic to guide session to meet the needs of the student. And according to Hemlat, student or school as agent of change, di ba? Agent of change because student help shape a better society by teaching responsible citizen, and that is we, the student. And the last, knowledge as agent of change. So education empowers learning to solve problem and improve the world. So example is the student learn about climate change that we encounter to create awareness campaign showing how their knowledge can impact the community. So yun yung sinasabi natin that knowledge has change of agent. So hindi na kailangan nating merong magsabi, 'di ba? We have that initiative to do to grab things na pag nakikita natin ng mga dumi. So if we have that knowledge that knowledge in preserving our environment, so we can have it, or we have the initiative to do or to pick up those trash na nakikita natin, 'di ba? Because we have that knowledge to help the earth, to help the community. So that is the belief, or that is according to Alvin Toffler. So do you understand our topic, class?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, very good. So again, class, we should remember that the good curriculum built a strong foundation. That's a philosophical foundation na yung philosophical foundation guide us on what we believe education should be. And the historical foundation naman, this show us how curriculum develop through time. Diba? And then the psychological foundation help us to understand and how student learn the best The social foundation naman is reminds us education should respond to the needs of society as a future educator and learner. Okay? Do you understand? So as a future education, this foundation will help us to make better decisions in teaching and learning. Do you understand that, class?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So for your application, okay, you will work in pairs to create a simple concept map or many poster that is connect to one curriculum foundation. For example, philosophical, historical, and psychological and social to a form of new literacy such as digital tools, multimedia, online collaboration. So I will give you 10 minutes to finish your activity, okay? Okay, class, for your assignment, write a short reflection essay, at least one paragraph, maximum at least one page, okay? Then answer the following question. So the question is, can you write it down? Take note the question, okay? So the question is, as as a future educator, how will you apply one of the four major curriculum, philosophical, historical, psychological, and or social, and integrate the new curriculum in your classroom? So, the output would be handwritten or printed out. Kayo na bahala. So, there is any question, clarification? No? And thank you for listening and good day, everyone.